That.
Hey, guy, can you make a song that sounds like something by Huey Lewis and the News? Of course I can. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Bust makes me feel good.
And welcome to episode 26 of the Hexpert Battletech podcast. This week we have the Mechaverse of Madness. So this week we're going to be talking about some of our own alternate universes because we've recently had Gothic coming out. But before we talk about that as our main segment, let's introduce your hosts for this evening. Obviously you've got me, Lewis. You've got Tom over there.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
I think he's been playing some Bushido. We've got Nathan down there.
Guten Tag.
And we got Dom.
I think he's been playing some bolt action.
Oh, no. And Dom, got you over there in the corner.
It's just Dom.
It's just Dom. He's not been playing. You could do some sort of witch elf joke. I don't know what they sound like. Yes, anyway.
He's just been playing with himself.
Playing with himself.
Oh. I don't know. What do you think a witch elf would sound like? Would you think they'd be like, "Hello, Lewis, come into my chamber," or would they be like, "Ah," like as they scream at you? That sounded more like Chief Wiggum, to be honest.
The second
Or
one.
like
that was an uncanny Wiggum. Which elf Wiggum?
I'm more interested in the second one now, to be honest. I'm guessing more. I've got more of that kind of Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate. That's what I'd imagine.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm on board with this. I think that's fair.
Cool. But yes, so let's talk about some hobby we've done since last time we recorded, which I think actually was last week. I think so. We might have done it. We're doing it, boys.
Back on track.
Back on track. Who wants to talk first? Too
I
bad.
can talk first.
Oh God, it's Dom.
I can talk first.
Dom, talk first.
I have been painting witch elves for
What?
This is Games Workshop's flagship game, Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
If anyone's got any advice on how to paint like funky corpse paint style face paint, feel free to contribute to the Discord. We'll link the Discord in the Spotify doobly-doo or the YouTube doobly-doo, depending on where this is getting released.
We always do, don't we?
That's right, folks. Usually it's Dom delivering his tip to you, but this time he needs all of your tips.
Yeah,
basically that. So yeah, I'm painting those guys. They've been really interesting and difficult to paint, but I like a challenge when it comes to painting. Not in my daily life. I like to be relaxed and calm. But I think that painting those models in particular has really forced me to up my game, because they're not one of those armies that you can just sort of dry brush and go. You've really got to be a painter about it, which has been fun and interesting. I haven't played any games of Age of Sigmar yet, but I've still spent lots of money on an army, so yeah.
You've been playing any other games, Dom? I've heard some. You've been on the MCP grind.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of MCP. I always am playing a bit of MCP, but yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's like I'm just waiting for that. I want to get into Sigmar. I want to play more Heresy. Eventually, I'll play some more Battletech as well when that rolls around. I think the thing for me for Battletech at the moment, obviously, is probably the same for a lot of people in our part of the woods. You just can't get hold of anything interesting. It's all just like Nords, Commandos, or whatever the hell they're called, or Johnny's Rockets, or Bill's Beaks. And that's okay, I don't really want any of these. I want the cool stuff. So I want that on boxes like everyone else, basically.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got to see Johnny's Rockets, because Tom's always gobbling them up if he sees them.
I mean, I love Johnny's Rocket. It's my favourite thing to gobble.
Super. So yeah, that is some cool. And hopefully, we might even post up the Witch Elves on Instagram if I can remember to do that. But maybe. But Tom, other than gobbling rockets, what have you been up to?
I've been a busy boy this week.
Really?
I have actually, yeah. I have finished up some. I don't know if I said this last week, but I've finished up some Mordheim. I don't know if I mentioned this.
I don't know if
you did. Mordheim.
I don't know if you did. No, Nathan. But
I've finished a full Mordheim warband using some of the pictures will follow, but using the Wargames Foundry old Citadel miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so they're painted in an older style with some of the older miniatures with a lovely little what they're called, ogres. I'll post up some pictures. They're very fun. I'll never play with them, but they are a little passion project of mine.
Were they particularly expensive, or are they?
They were not particularly cheap, but I think it was probably. I think on the metal models themselves, it's like £16 for 5. So it's not.
That's good value, I would say.
Yes, it is good value, and I would definitely recommend them. But they are age scripts, and so just know that you're not going to get like modern quality in them. But for the nostalgia factor, they're definitely worth it.
Tom, do you know how to actually play Necromunda?
Yeah.
No, not Necromunda, to play Mordheim. I mean,
I thought we were
I have played. I've played a bunch of games with Ian, and I've also friend of the podcast Ian, and I also went up to Hull and played Mordheim there for like a.
Oh, that's
the trick is,
that's
Nathan,
sick.
you just get clubs. That's all I know.
Actually, so true.
Clubs.
It's the most true ever.
I mean,
Just
Tom, I got a couple dwarfs. I got a couple dwarfs you could throw down.
100%. All the time. In addition, I've been playing some Bushido, which is super fun. We'll talk about it more in the games played section. However, I will say that it has very much piqued my interest for something a bit different, something a little bit different.
If you come
positive reviews.
if you come last, you have to commit seppuku with a wooden spoon. Or
well, Mike did come last, which is a bit of a shock, I know. So we will get onto that, but I believe he's still alive.
I've heard.
So
I've
I'll
heard
have
if
to-
you come last, you have to commit Sudoku.
I heard if you do that, you need to eat the biscuits. Or maybe it's a different kind of tabletop game.
Lewis, move us along.
Okay. Anyway, you can talk about your games now anyway if you want, Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Okay. Anyway, so
We've never actually had a gameplay section. You just think we do.
Oh,
it's part of this section.
oh, sure. Fine. I just never play any games. No, so Bushido is really fun. Like sort of 10-second elevator pitch, like lift pitch, it's a fast-paced game, small skirmish game, probably 5 to 10 models aside, and positioning is really key. There's 6 turns in a game. If you've played Marvel Crisis Protocol before, it's not very similar, but the ideas are the same.
I played that game.
I really enjoy it. I know, Dom, you've said the reason I bring up Marvel Crisis Protocol is that you have said people that play MCP seem to like Bushido as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've said.
Oh.
I can completely understand why. I think it's a super fun game. Well, if I didn't think it was fun, I wouldn't be playing it. So, that's that. I would definitely recommend it. I got a win, a loss, and a draw in my first event. So I think that's relatively good, to be honest, seeing as some of the people that were at the event were like national champions. So I didn't get trounced too badly.
You're becoming a bit of a competitive gamer, aren't you, recently, Tom? You've been to a few events. You're kind of getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, a little bit. I've sort of been getting I think Heresy burnt me out on competitive for a bit, but I've sort of got my mojo back, and I've started to feel like maybe it's worth me, just kind of like feeling the vibe. And I really did enjoy the Bushido event. It
That's
was
good.
Yeah, but Tom, when are you going to get some mechs painted up?
Look, I've got over 100 mechs painted up. I have enough.
But Tom, you need to get the new Cretan box so you can paint them in a Bushido style.
The problem is when I get paid this month, I probably will look to try and pick up the new.
I think they might push that back a little bit further as well. I think it's coming out maybe.
I think in general, this is not like a problem with the shipping at like Catalyst. It's a problem with shipping in the world. Like, it's Asmodee. It doesn't matter what you're trying to get at the moment. Everything's just delayed. So if you are getting angsty out there, you're feeling your wallet burning and you want to spend some money, consider donating to the Hexperts Ko-fi instead of buying battle chemicals.
No,
I mean,
don't send Tom money. He will spend it on Bushidos.
I'm just saying, if you've got a lot of money,
If
Just
you've
saying.
got
If
thousands
you-
of
if you
pounds,
some-
give it to me. I need to pay
If
more.
you're some kind of oil baron who listens to our podcast,
Or any kind of baron, like a baron of a dukedom or whatever, feel free to just give us some money.
Cool.
If you're a ducal baron, please do. But actually, if you were a ducal, you wouldn't be a ducal baron. You'd just be a duke.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's stop begging for money off the dukes and barons, and let's get onto Nathan's hobby.
I played Battletech.
Yay.
Brackets. I'm the only one to actually do in like 7 weeks. So
Is this the Hexperts Battletech podcast or something?
We do
I
actually
know.
talk about Battletech sometimes.
But yeah, it was a freeway game against me and friends of the podcast, Owen and Riley, and we decided to try the free board setup where you line up the middle hex at the far end of one of the boards, and then obviously because it's a hex game, you can get 3 to 6 of them pretty evenly around it. So we're all approaching from the same direction.
Like
mission,
it's like a weird triangle shape, isn't it? Like a
yeah, it's
star with no arms. I don't know. Yeah, it looks weird, but I was surprised it works.
it's like half an asterisk, I guess would be an easy way to describe. But yeah, the game mode was one of us had to kill a train, one of us had to defend it, and one of us had to get it off the board. And obviously, because it's Battletech, we didn't actually activate any of it throughout the game. But it was 2 clan forces and an inner sphere force. And the Jade felt I just took ATMs. I had the oh no, let me get my list up. Well, yeah.
What's an ATM?
ATM is an advanced tactical missile. It's a weapon that was made in like the 30s, 60s, I believe, and by Clan Goliath Scorpion. And what they are is that they're like normal missiles, except you add 1 damage to the brackets to simplify it, and there's like 3 different types of ammo that you can take. But it also has Artemis built in, so they'll be like 3, 6, 9, 12. So a bit lower than your LRMs, but you'll be able to fire them as like damage-free SRMs, which is insane.
I asked Nathan for one piece of knowledge, and then he just drops in a cheeky Artemis as if I'm like, oh yeah, like Artemis. Yeah,
Okay,
what the hell's an Artemis?
Artemis Force, like a guidance system. It lets you add 2 to the missile.
Oh, they're quite
table.
a complicated weapon, but I'll try and simplify it quickly.
They're not.
They're not super complicated, but it's a missile launcher where you can choose 3 different ammos. You can choose one that's long range that does 1 damage per missile, one that's medium range that does 2 damage per missile, and one that's short range and that is 3 damage a missile. The new playtest documents make it so the damage you group in groups of 6s now, but obviously that's not the official way of doing it, but that's the way that it might go going forwards. And as Nathan was saying, you get some minuses to your hit numbers because they've got some missile guidance systems already built into those.
No minuses.
No minuses.
No, it adds to the cluster table.
Adds to the cluster table. There you go. So you get.
Yeah, I was running the Takina D with 4 ATM 12s. I was running the Hellbringer C, which is a Loki, with 2 6s. Or is it? I know it's 1 ATM 6 on that. Vapor Eagle 4 with 2 6s. The Cougar E with 2 6s, and the Kit Fox with 1 3. And they did okay. I only just targeted his Timberwolf, which I did manage to bring down. And then I think it was also his Adder, and no, his Puma, and his Nova that I managed to bring down. He took it was the pulse laser Nova, the 6 pulse lasers.
Yeah.
Which absolutely ruined one of my mechs.
I saw a post on Facebook that people hate one of the designs of the Timberwolf. Apparently it's too skinny now or something.
Might be one of the new ones.
Maybe it's the one from Gothic. People don't like Gothic, do they?
There's no Timberwolves in Gothics yet.
Oh,
we don't know if the clans exist. I believe the designer did say, and I quote, with it being Gothic and with them not having enough men, that almost certainly just died on the Exodus.
Oh, that's sad.
It seems pretty Gothic.
Pouring out for the alternate universe clans.
Yeah.
No, I think.
And boy, do we love alternate universes.
Personally, my guess would be if they did put clans into Gothic, they would be like it was suggested in the like the original clan books, Comstar thought they were like aliens who took on the form of humans and like built back.
I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then it just turned out they're just blokes.
However, I do hate Gothic, so I cannot say it's cool in front of anyone. So if you tell anyone that I think it's cool, then we're going to have problems.
Okay.
Super.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No
Super.
one won that game. Train didn't blow up. Train didn't escape. So yeah, it's just a nice slap about and then draw. And that was my week of hobby.
Train drivers just sitting there like, what's going on?
Oh no, it took like 5 motive hits, so even if I did get to it, it'd be able to move 1 hex.
Train's like, oh, it's been I'm so slow. Shot the wheels off the train.
They just put the wrong gauge wheels on for the trucks. They just couldn't move.
Just knock them all
Oh
off.
no!
But yeah,
Ugh.
at least you played some Battletech, Nathan, so we got some credibility still. I didn't really help with this because I didn't play any Battletech this week, but I did go to an event, but it was a Horus Heresy event. I spent quite a long time painting some Locked Horus Storm Squads for the Ultramarines, and they all died at the event before they even moved on all the games. I was like, no.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of fun doing that. It's got me in the mood for maybe organising Horus Heresy or maybe even some Battletech events soon. If there was some mercenary stuff in the UK, I'd be even keener. But maybe we just have to forget the mercenary stuff for now until it arrives.
People, listen to this. You must tell Lewis. You must tell Lewis to run a Battletech event.
I was holding off for mercenaries, but like it was supposed to be July, then it was like, nah, it'll be a bit later. It's still not here.
Let me tell you something. Do you understand?
If we did a Hexperts event, I would probably come and play.
Yeah, I think after playing, because the event I played at was a doubles, it might be fun to do like an Alpha Strike doubles or a classic doubles, just to kind of get people playing and not just to have a fun time, nothing too crazy. But yeah, so I pretty much just did that event. On the way home, I saw a cheeky kebab truck, and I was like, "Oh gosh, do I?" But I didn't. I resisted. But it was a great time down in Sudsbury, I think, in Bristol. I can't remember how you say it, but the sausage rolls were £3.70. I was crying, Nathan. I don't know what you'd have done if you'd have saw that price on a sausage roll.
Just for our American listeners, a sausage roll is like a sausage in a pastry.
Kind of.
You'll ever had a corn dog? It's like a corn dog, but instead of corn, it's got pastry.
It's like a corn dog
without a stick.
No stick, no dick.
Yeah, but it was a good sausage roll though, so I do have to admit it was worth it. And the venue was pretty good as well. It was like in the town hall, and they made us like. The bar opener made us like ham and cheese sandwiches and cheese and onion sandwiches. It was like proper pub level, like cobs and baps. I was like, oh yeah.
My hot take is that I actually prefer cheaper sausage rolls.
Oh no. So I think that is true. Also, my second hot take is I do like a high quality sausage sandwich.
Yeah,
but I think Richmond sausages, which are like the shittest of the shit, make an excellent sausage sandwich.
They hit different.
They do, because it's just shit. It's like, it's poor quality, but also it just anyway, sorry, that was a bit of a tangent.
I was gonna say I'm on the Cumberland sausage train at the moment. Yeah, just let you know. But anyway, Battletech related though, the getting these Storm Squads ready for the event, because I was kind of called down as like a last minute kind of partner for someone who actually they didn't actually need me in the end, so I just went down with nothing. But I did play some games while I was there. But the Grizzly that was on the desk is still on the desk, primed, ready to go. Which I think once I finish recording this, I think maybe I'll jump on that, or tomorrow I'm going to jump on that. So there should hopefully be a Grizzly appearing in the Instagram soon. But yeah, I think that's all of our hobby. Unless you guys have got anything else. No, cool. Well,
negative.
Talking of hobby, though, someone decided last week that he was going to interject his new segment, Dom's Hobby Tips. So I'm going to see this week, back by popular demand, if Dom will flop his tip out for us and show us all what he knows.
Welcome back, everyone, to Dom's hobby tips. Dom's next
No,
and
Dom,
latest.
it's hobby tip. It's a single. You don't have more than one tip. You've got
No. I'm sick of this sexualization
Dom does
of the
have more
hobby
than one tip.
tips. I'm sick of the sexualization of the hobby tips.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, my hobby tip for this week is that if you want to upgrade your painting, I know that Battletech players generally don't believe in painting.
That's
Generally,
that's
they
not
like to keep-
true.
They don't believe
That's a lie.
in painting. Anyway, if you want to upgrade into the next level, stop thinning your paints with water and start using an acrylic medium.
I do have to admit, I do prefer a medium for watering down stuff like washes and paints, so you don't get that streak.
Lewis,
What?
is this Lewis's hobby
Oh,
tip?
sorry, Dom. Sorry, I'll let you carry on.
Or is it Dom's hobby tips?
Dom wants to give you his tip. You got to allow him to give you the tip.
Okay. Oh,
The tip is given, and then it's done. So yeah, you can carry on.
I can't. We can't interact with the tip. It's just we listen and then we finish and then we're done.
Fucking
Exactly.
Cool. So yes, thank you very much for that tip, Dom. Hopefully, we'll hear some more tips in future episodes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
No more tips.
So let's move on to news. Oh, so before news, if you do want to see any of the hobby, please check out the Hexperts Battletech Instagram, which is Hexperts_Battletech_podcast. We may even have some stuff posted up there this week. News, anyway. News. Battletech Aces seems to be trickling out more and more. We're seeing it. I know the Americans have definitely got it. I've seen more people getting it in the UK. I don't know if they're getting it from elsewhere or if they're getting it from UK stockists, but I've not seen anything that's in there yet. I think a lot of the UK stores have them as pre-orders, but stores such as Fortress and Ares in America definitely have them, and I think they seem to just disappear as soon as they get into stock. So obviously very popular. I'm looking to get one if I can do, because it was fun when we had to play with it at the expo, but I think actually the full system seems to be people seem to be very impressed with it anyway. I don't know if you guys are. I think Nathan's planning to pick one up. Maybe not so much for the actual Aces system, but I think you want those.
Oh no! I kindly need a Bane. I might even be getting two. I might be splitting one and then getting another one. It's just I need those bridges, man. They're an important part of my Battletech hobby. Okay, to get those bridges.
No, Nathan, when it says Bane 2, it doesn't mean you need two of them.
It's Bane 3. It needs 3 of them.
Oh no, the joke backfired.
But talking of that, Mech, though, obviously Nathan's also seen the obviously releases of what mechs are in Snowblind as well, which is even more LRM clan mechs.
Cat D! Yeah! It's also got some really cool ones, including the Phantom, I believe is the one in there.
I'm surprised you're not more.
Which I've got.
Yeah, I'm surprised
I've got a Phantom ready. So
I suppose you're not more jazzed about the Viking 2C, which has got hardened armor and just full of LRMs.
Mm-hmm. I know I am.
Yeah,
my lance is going to be Nova B, Bane 3, Viking 2C, crossbow.
Just gonna have to fight inside a building, so you can't. Oh, again, we can't win because he can't. He's got clan LRMs, so he just shoots us at close range.
That Rhymotter looks like a nasty mech.
I do like the Rhymotter, to be honest.
I think, kind of design philosophy wise, the Aces boxes are obviously themed, but also they're chucking in a couple of the particularly good variants, because obviously it means that it appeals to some of the guys that just want them for the Alpha Strike kind of events and tournaments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that they're
work quite well.
Yeah, they're quite cool for that. But yeah, so hopefully coming soon. I think our local store is trying to get Gothic. It's still struggling, so I think hopefully at some point we'll get some of these new boxes in. I think they are trickling in slowly, but I think the stock kind of coming in is very sporadic and random. But yes, cool. Once we get it, we might even have a game and do a little review. But yes, other than that, the Mech Bay, not the podcast, the kind of, I don't know if you call it an app, or it was a browser-based kind of system until now, which I think is made by the guys that do Mech Labs, and I think anyway, I can't remember, I need to check that. But basically the app lets you now use MechBay offline or as an actual app, so you can get record sheets. You can use the record sheets either in browser or on the app, so you don't have to carry around paper if you don't want to. You can search for the mechs quite easily. I think the only thing it doesn't do, as far as I'm aware, doesn't connect different browser or apps together like FlexSheets does. But I think MechBay, the app, if you've not got the record sheet in front of you, is probably one of the better ways of playing the game.
I also use FlexSheets for those who can't get it on their phones for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think when we did that Grinder
night, there's some people,
yeah,
it's like 50-50. I think it's just like, it's not Android. I think it's only an iOS thing.
Which one? MechLab? Not MechBay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's people using a bunch of different ones, but MechBay, it does seem to be pretty good for that. But if you don't have it, if it's not Android, obviously you can just use the browser-based version, which was pretty good as well, which is what I did the other day. Cool. And lastly, the votes for the most Guy Fawkes Night Mech have closed, with Tom winning with the Whitworth 0. To be honest, not a bad call there, Tom. You can thank all the listeners for voting for your war crime mech.
They just have good taste. That's literally all it is. They know ball. They have elite ball knowledge. That's it.
Super. Cool. But I think that's pretty much it for news. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out, but like it's all stuff that we kind of already know. It's just the stuff that we know is coming out, and it's probably just been pushed back slightly. So there you go.
You gotta love it.
6 months.
6 more months. 6 more months.
6-7 months. Oh. Yes.
Bin. In the bin. I don't care.
That's right. Something that no one ever thought would ever happen has just happened.
What's that?
6-7 has been mentioned in the same breath as Battletech.
Yes, we're now down with the kids.
It's really bad because like at the start I didn't really get it, so I was like, okay, I'll have a little look into this, see what it's all about. But now it's like a reflex action that whenever I hear 6-7, my arms just go. It just does the thing.
Like little reflex. But yes, other than 6-7 now, let's move on to some events. So there aren't many events left, so I've been scouring the internet for some UK events before the end of the year. A couple of I've come across is that on the 29th of November, Unified Cards in Corby, they run a weekly Battletech Classic focused living campaign following the Mercenaries rules. If only we could get those Mercenaries rules, and some Solaris stuff going on. Obviously, if you feel like popping down, that's in Corby at Unified Cards. It's run by a demo agent, which I assume is a Catalyst demo agent. I mean, it doesn't state, so it could be any demo agent. Apparently you can, if you go, it's £5 to play, and that comes with a drink. Or if you want to be a monthly member, you can pay £30, but you don't get a drink, which is sad. But yeah, that sounds cool though. That sounds fun. Next, we've got 6th of December. We've got Operation Bulldog, which I know you guys have been clowning on because we talked about it a lot.
Bulldog. No, I'm not clowning. No, sorry. I think
Operation Bulldog in the house.
I think you. No. I think you do. You misunderstand. I'm not.
It's just good. It's the end of it's the end of the calendar, isn't it? It's just because we've slowly crept up to it.
We do keep talking about it. That's why I think it's funny.
Yeah, but that's been run by the Enfield Gamers at the Ponders End United Reformed Church, which we've obviously, if you've listened to podcasts before, we've talked about previously, is I think a 500 PV Alpha Strike event. Yeah,
I do hope it's a good. I do hope it's a good event because we've been hyping it up the whole time.
I think some of the guys that run it, I think it's Rich and Sam in the Discord. I've not been to one of their events yet, but everyone who's been to them, I think they have a good time. They're supposed to be quite fun. I think they usually do like a big game at the end, if I remember right, for some of their events. So like it's good from what I hear. Hopefully at some point we might get to go and do some events.
Lovely.
Cool. But yeah, as we've said previously, if you've got any events you want us to shout out, please let us know and we can put them in the list. And also, usually I steal these off Mike, but this is Mike's last event on these websites, so we need to chivvy Mike from Tales of Periphery to do some more work, so we don't have to do it ourselves. So we can. But obviously, thank you very much for putting the events page together on your site, Mike. It makes it a lot easier to find some of the upcoming events to talk about. But yes, Other than that, we will be moving on to our main segment shortly. But before we do that, let's pop to a quick break. And so we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
And we're back from the break. And for our main segment, we're going to be talking about the Mechaverse, all the different alternate Battletech universes that we've come up with, in addition to the ones that Catalyst have coming. So I think,
oh my God.
So I think, from what I remember, the alternate universes that Catalyst have planned, obviously Gothic, because it's already come out. I think the next one is it Ray Punk, the basically like your 50s kind of robot style, and
Okay.
and the last one, I think the official ones that they're looking at was like an anime kind of mecha style one. So those are the three that are kind of on the kind of, I think they are in the plans to be developed. Some of the ones they had planned, I think, well, you got your World War One, World War Two. I think there was a steampunk one, and I know they mentioned like a solar punk. You quite like solar punk, don't you, Tom?
Well, Lewis, thanks for mentioning that.
What
the hell is solar punk?
It's kind of like
Definitely wasn't going to be one of my suggestions.
What do you mean the official the suggestions that that have already come out? You can't...
No, but they.
To be fair, I didn't know about it either.
Also, they haven't officially come out. It's just rumblings.
It was these ones I'm talking about, the kind of additional ones, were ones that Lauren Coleman talked about on one of the streams. So it's not like they're unknown about. It's ones that I think the team have been batting around like. So they may come out, but obviously the Gothic kind of boxes, I think they've done quite well, but also they've ruffled some feathers. So we don't know how well they've actually done. So they might actually decide that maybe one or two of these boxes are enough, or maybe it's worth them doing many more. Not sure. But yes, so we've decided we want to talk about one or two of these kind of alternate universes and pitch some ideas. Obviously, Tom, you can't stop Catalyst developing Solarpunk now because they predate you. But yes, so Tom, talking of Solarpunk as an idea, do you have any more ideas for any alternate universes?
Well, I'm actually going to go with Solarpunk.
Well, you can still go with Solarpunk. It's just more about if you.
Well, the thing is, I am. You can't stop me.
Even if you ripped it off.
Even if you stole it.
I didn't rip off shit. No, I think Solarpunk is an excellent idea because I think it's really interesting, and I don't think Catalyst are going to develop it in the way that I would like to develop it.
Are you going to tell us? Are you going to tell us what it is, though, Tom? First, because I know what it is.
Solarpunk is kind of like this idea. It's almost the opposite of steampunk or dieselpunk. It's kind of this. I'm going to almost say like eco-futurism, where instead of having like dirty generators to make your power, everything's done through solar panels.
Or wind, I suppose, like eco energy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically eco-futurism, where like we've actually like got our shit together and I'm not being dirty.
It's just fucking
sorry. I just imagine like
Lewis is the one that's powering the entire city with his big windy fart. We all know.
I just imagine like a Highlander with a big turbine on its head, like one of those little propeller hats.
Oh, no,
I did actually. So my thoughts were, I understand that they're going to do certain things, but what I liked the idea of was that you had games which had ups and downtime periods.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you would play. So your models, you would have like like the weather would be like a variable that you had to keep in mind. So in the middle of the day when it's sunny, you can do more actions with your models because you would generate 12 energy. And larger models would require more energy to do certain actions, but could hold more solar panel generators.
So is it kind of like the opposite of heat? So instead of adding to the heat, you take away from your energy?
Yeah, and then kind of your games would be played, and as the game went on, it would get closer and closer to dusk. And when it got to dusk, you would no longer generate energy. And so it would be like, say the game was, the game was whatever, but like it would be, dusk is in 6 turns. So you would do that, and then the game, once dusk is hit, you would use up the rest of your energy doing whatever you wanted, but then that would be it. And then you would go, okay, now we have a down period, where you would do like maybe one of your pilots has got a head injury, and you could like roll a piloting skill roll to see whether he can like recover a bit overnight.
Yeah.
But also infantry could still act.
So
And conventional vehicles could still act. Well, actually, no, conventional vehicles wouldn't. But like infantry could still act, and cavalry could still act.
Why wouldn't the laser guns on the infantry be solar paneled as well?
Well, no, you wouldn't. You'd have like I don't know, swords and shit.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not sure.
It's a cool idea though, because you could basically but I suppose you've got the kind of resource mechanic of the mechs during the day and the dusk, but then you've kind of got them being effectively castles that they need to defend, because by the daytime they want their very important bits of hardware that they need to make sure they've got again for the morning.
Yeah, also there'd be like, there'd be things like, obviously like blazers and stuff would do loads of damage, but would take up, you'd be like, that's crazy amounts of energy to draw in. So you might have like a mech whose whole job is it doesn't have any weapons, but it just has solar panels and energy banks. And so actually you could, if you had one of these mechs, you could maybe elongate the battle ever so slightly.
So you're
like maybe like a turn or two into darkness, where this mech's basically just powering the other mechs.
Would stuff like blazers and large lasers give some charge back to the people they're hitting? Because
possibly. Yeah, you might have like, or it might be a special type of armor that like laser reflective armor's a lot more prevalent, but actually laser reflective armor maybe recharges your batteries when you get hit as well. Or you could have actually photovoltaic armor is what I would call it.
Oh, interesting. But yeah,
there you go.
But obviously the standard Battletech timeline, I suppose that the greenest of energy, I assume, being the fusion engine, I'm guessing wouldn't have been developed. Because otherwise,
I would say it would diverge again in the 80s, and actually it would be that people get so scared of Chernobyl that they really look for potentially like different sources of power.
Isn't that pretty much what happened anyway, though?
Yeah, but like maybe Chernobyl gets worse. Like they don't contain it in time, and it becomes like a massive. Chernobyl wasn't.
You could have got
in the grand scheme of things. It was not that bad. I'm saying like when I'm talking about Chernobyl getting worse, I'm saying like the Ukraine no longer is habitable. The Black Sea is dead.
Yeah, which could have happened. So that
does Chernobyl in this universe still have the effect of where if the radiation hit, they just started like an anime more? Like
sure. Yeah, sure, man. That sounds good. I hadn't really given it much thought.
No. Genuinely, look it up. It's probably just correlation, but like the areas of Sweden or like Finland where they got hit by the radiation, and then the porn searches wherever they got hit, it's just like anime.
I'm on board.
I'm worried that you know this and don't know other things, Nathan. This is one of the bits of Nathan knowledge is about the anime correlation to Chernobyl. But yes, so I think that sounds quite an interesting universe, Tom. Do you have any idea, like I suppose you said, like solar powered mechs? Would you be still thinking probably similar looking mechs, but with solar panels? Obviously, you're talking lasers.
I would say yeah. You could. I'd say probably autocannons are going to be less prevalent.
Yeah,
because they're seen as like dirty and like you don't want to have all this. I think a lot of it's going to be more almost like I'm not going to say eco-friendly, but there's going to be more of a focus on limiting ecological destruction.
I suppose the whole renewable thing as well might be something that you kind of go along with. So they don't want the waste, so they can't afford the waste, so they need to keep recycling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's this kind of like massive eco-fanaticism going on, and you can have like eco-cults that I don't know do crazy stuff. There's loads of stuff you could do with it, and I think it'd be super fun. But I think a lot of the times you would just see on the backs and tops of mechs, just loads of solar panels. Kind of any sort of static space. I would almost argue that quad mechs would become more popular.
Yeah.
Because there's more space on them to put panels.
And also, they're less likely to fall over at night time.
And damage the panels.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's definitely what's going on. But I think That's like number one.
Yeah, super. Well, I was going to say before you finish up on this, I mean, you may not have thought about just to if you have, it'd be interesting. Obviously the Gothic box is kind of like a tweak to the Game of Armored Combat. I know from some of the streams coming up, they were talking about maybe the anime box being a tweak on the Clan Invasion box set. So if this was a game that was maybe a box set, do you have maybe a box set that you would tweak, or what would you put in the box set, or any
Mercenaries? It'd be tweak on Mercenaries because So this is my. So I have actually thought about this. The reason it'd be a tweak on Mercenary is because Mercenaries includes both vehicles and mechs.
Yeah,
and I would want to show. I would want to show vehicles with solar panels on them as well.
Cool. That's pretty fun. I wasn't sold on Solar Punk. I think it's a cool idea, but I couldn't see how it could be done.
I couldn't see the vision.
I couldn't see the vision, but I'm seeing your vision here, Tom. I like the idea of even more resources, maybe even heat and power as things you got to balance, rather than heat, power, and ammunition, even more to keep track of. Because
I think you should just add more and more and more hit into the game. Because why we all play Battletech is because we like resource management and crunchiness.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not go even more whole hog and just add more?
Super. So did you say you got another idea as well, Tom?
I do have another one, and it is yet again one that you mentioned earlier. I don't know what this is.
Tom,
it's Solartech
2. Lauren Coleman's just been inside Tom's mind from the future to get all these ideas.
It's so true, actually. No, the other one that I was going to talk about was a World War One inspired thingamabob.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit less. It is a little bit less developed in my brain.
Yeah.
Around why the universe is like this. However, the thoughts behind it were, what I was thinking was that it would integrate infantry more into the game.
Yeah.
Okay. As I'm saying, this is more like a. What's the best word for this? This is less of a here's like a fully fledged idea like the Solar Punk one is, and more of a I just want something cool. I want mechs that have artillery cannons on them.
Yeah.
I want a quad mech that looks like a Saint Chamond.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want a mech that can disgorge infantry.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one.
I want a mech that's like a walking pillbox.
Yeah.
So
I suppose we haven't really had. We don't really have mechs to transport infantry around.
Exactly.
And I suppose
would it kind of look like a Morkanaut or Gorkanaut?
I assume maybe something like a shorter AT-AT kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's a Goliath basically. Yeah. It's a Goliath. Let's be real, it's a Goliath. No, I think I'd want something, and also secondarily, obviously trench terrain is the most important thing here.
Yeah, I suppose also if you're trying to if the game's more about trying to get infantry from one trench system to another trench system, that's your kind of goal, is you want to advance the line, then the whole thing is about getting them across that, and you're using your mechs and infantry to do that, I suppose.
For like aesthetic reasons, do the mechs have a trench sled on them? So I'd definitely buy if they did.
I would say actually all the mechs have to be quad mechs.
Ooh, that's cool.
Big for stability, because they're going through like rough terrain and all this.
So
like it's all quad mechs, and one of them would have like basically like a ramp that lowers down from its underbelly.
Yeah.
Where all of the infantry could like dismount.
So
I've got a question, Tom.
Go for it.
If it's World War One style, would some of the mechs have those pointy hats that the Germans had?
Or pickle hubs? It depends, because I imagine this would be like a long war scenario where it'd be like they've been fighting for a long time, at which point they wouldn't have the pickle hubs because they did get phased out.
But
so in this universe, everything's the same except there's mechs everywhere.
Oh,
But the pickle hope still get a face.
No.
A centurion with a pickle help? No, that's a mech.
No, I think it would be my idea kind of like of when they would split would be
Did a mech blow apart Stu's French Ferdinand?
yeah, no, a mech did kill a mech killed Lord Commander Franz Ferdinand.
The mech was still on a sandwich at a shop.
No, it would be when the first mech is produced. There's like a massive breakdown in communication between the houses.
Yeah.
And then kind of like the eternal war begins. So you wouldn't. So actually, and this is also the second bit that I've now remembered because I was thinking about this. Everything would have to be primitive armor with ice.
Yeah, pretty much would do.
Whoa.
Yeah, primitive armor, internal combustion engines. I would want. Oh, what are they called? Cannon. Are they called cannons? The really primitive autocannons.
There's rifles, isn't there?
Rifles, yeah. Everything would have rifles. I would want to add an artillery cannon to the game, like a area of effect. You know, like a thumper.
Yeah.
But it'd be like a thumper on the front of a mech.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And then have some mech-sized vehicles, some like super heavy tanks.
Yeah.
And also loads of machine guns.
Yeah, machine guns make sense. I'd say it'd be pretty cool as well to see maybe some, not conversions, but basically like adaptations of, as you talked about as well, some of the World War I tanks. Maybe something like a Tsar tank, because obviously something like that would be pretty interesting. Just some massive thing that is impractical, but maybe a mech version of that.
Yes, you could have like the one that I would want to see is like the Saint Chamond. So that's like obviously got the big cannon at the front.
Yeah,
but that's kind of it. It's like very overbalanced. Yeah, I think it would be a lot of the stuff of just like you might have mechs that just have machine guns.
Yeah,
because they're just meant to kill the infantry in the.
I think as well, I assume you might start to bring in some of the inspiration from some of the battleships as well, because I was looking.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the battleships at Dock Museum the other day, and I was like, these things are so flash and cool. Like we don't see much about them, like, but the ships of World War I era are so, because they're kind of in between. They're getting all the cannons and stuff, but they've kind of got that flair, and they've got the wooden pieces on them. They're really very interesting looking ships.
Yeah, you'd have to have some wooden pieces on that.
And I suppose,
I was going
to say, I suppose as well, you're going to have your, I don't know if you buy planes, and you're going to have your airships as well to incorporate into that.
Oh, no, you would have planes. You'd have planes, but they had to be launched from mechs. It'd be like how I think you wouldn't actually make the mechs like tanks. You'd make the mechs like ships.
Yeah.
I think that's a much better idea, Lewis. There you go.
So kind of like
you would base it on like you'd have like an Atlas, and it would be like a dreadnought class, and so it would just have like maybe shoulder guns that are just these big fuck off cat. It'd be like a Grand Titan, basically. I want to make a Grand Titan.
Yeah, we have got. So if you do like that kind of aesthetic, obviously keeping within what Catalyst do, they have got Leviathans, the game that's come out, which is kind of like flying ships.
They could literally just like remake some. They could like literally reuse assets and stuff. Catalyst, it's a free one. Just give me some stock. I'd be a happy boy. All right.
Cool. But yeah, it sounds like a pretty fun universe. Also, I've been watching a show called Leviathans on Netflix. That's kind of got like a World War I with mechs, but also the Allies use like creatures that have been modified. So it's kind of like if Gothic and Tom's idea had a baby with mechs. So it's a strange show.
Go for it, man. That'd be sick.
They fly around in a giant whale. That's what happens in the show.
Yeah, boy. I think that's kind of like a super fun thing. What else? There was something else. Oh, you'd obviously have more of a thing on like mines and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know. Basically, imagine World War I, but also like there's like mechs that are like battleships. There you go. Perfect. Bang. There you go. There's my two.
Super duper. Well, Thank you for those, Tom. Nathan, do you have any ideas that you haven't stolen straight off Catalyst for yourself?
I don't know. I might be robbing. Is it Coleman? Yeah,
Lauren
Coleman here. But yeah, my idea is called Battletech.
Oh,
so
no, this sounds bad. No.
What do you mean this sounds bad?
This sounds like a Nathan idea.
well, no, it's simple. In this universe, for some reason, Earth seems to be the only planet where it's majority land on planets which are in the habitable zone. So any planet that they go to, either through them terraforming it to give it an atmosphere, or because of its position, it causes most of the planet to be flooded. So how this changes a lot of things is that everything becomes a lot more water focused. Elemental armor is developed by humans a lot quicker. There's mechs where instead of jump jets, they'll have like water propulsion on them to help them move, or some which have like more leg armor to try and weigh it down to the floor. There's a lot more focus on using missiles and using stuff like depth charges, but obviously they're more torpedo-ish, as lasers will usually just refract in the water.
Yeah.
And autocannons can't really shoot that far. As well as this, how like each individual great house builds changes, such as say the Lyrans probably have a lot more of a Rapture-esque like underwater city.
To Bioshock kind of thing.
Yeah, like Bioshock, yeah. But then some others decide to actually float on the surface rather than digging deep, or they find the little land they have and make artificial islands and stuff like that. And as well as that, obviously, hovercraft become a lot more prevalent because you can just use them to get around everywhere.
So what are you thinking, Nathan? Are you thinking, because obviously the mechs aren't going to usually be floating, so you're going to be having boats, hovercraft on the surface, you're going to have mechs under the water, submarines, or how?
Yeah.
So
but, like you can try and force the mechs to surface by dropping depth charges. As well as this, obviously, as you know, people in Voidcraft and people in water, if they get their armor pierced through, they actually flood. But I'd say they'd have something that's kind of like the equivalent to case, but for armor, where it's like an extra pressurized. It's like an air gap in the armor.
They're designed to deal with water more often because it's something that's going to be a lot more common.
Yeah, like each area will have like waterproof lining over most of the stuff that they're able to protect. So you might lose like one of your lasers, but two of the other ones were protected in this like watertight ceiling.
Cool.
So I'd also say with these mech designs, some of them aren't actually able to move on the land because it's just like that heavy. Yeah, but they got like they're able to like zip around in the sea, but when they get onto land, they're like a 1-2 instead of like a land air mech.
They've got
like the urban mech lamb. That's what they like.
Don't start. Don't let Tom hear you say that.
Is the urban mech lamb real?
It's real. Yeah.
So you get basically the urban mech, the suburban mech, or the submarine urban mech. But yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
I'd also say that a lot of the vehicles that we have, like the Scorpion, will either be more like an actual submarine, or they'll be like James Bond car, where it's like the track holding and they get little
Super. I was going to say that there are some, I believe, submarine bases in Battletech kind of main lore at the moment. I don't know if they've got classic rules, but they've got Alpha Strike rules as far as I remember. So you could kind of incorporate some of those, or maybe obviously think about having those kind of things be more prevalent because you're going to be in the water a lot more. So some of those weird kind of watercraft might be more prevalent.
I'd also say potentially one of the factions might have also started like giving themselves fish gills and stuff like that.
Oh no! That's the owls turning into mermaids. No, they're good. But yeah, so as I asked Tom about earlier, I didn't ask him about his World War I one, but What do you foresee a box set with this? Because as I've said previously, a lot of the alternate universe ones are kind of tweaks on like current box set kind of ideas. Do you have?
I would say yes, and I'd say it'd have to work at like you got two depths. You got like this water surface-ish where everything's like a 2 or 3 depth.
Yeah.
And then you've got below that where you'll have like the sea floor. You'll have to like fight over coral formations. So you can like.
Are you thinking more like
rough terrain?
Are you thinking more like a Mercs box then, where you got a couple of vehicles for the
level,
and a couple of mechs and vehicles for the bottom level, and maybe a couple of map sheets to represent those different levels.
Yeah, and then you can have fun. Yeah, you can have fun stuff like bouncing bombs. You can have just the planes drop depth charges, which then do like a bit of an AOE damage type thing.
That sounds pretty cool. What do you other guys think about that anyway? Do you like Nathan's Water World?
I like it. It's very Water World with Kevin Costner.
But yeah,
do the mechs have to drink their own piss?
Of
course you say?
They do. They would have to.
Do the mechs have to drink their own piss?
No. Simply because mechs do not piss. I just thought actually chemical lasers, would they be useful? They'd be useful maybe as like a melee thing, because the little. I just thought of it because you said piss, so the little piss streams are chemical lasers.
That's not how chemical lasers work. You know, when I shoot the chemical lasers off the Nova T best mech, it's not just shooting piss at you. You know.
I think I just see it as like little like plasma noodles being fired at me instead of light. To be honest.
Oh, lovely. So yes.
Sorry, plasma noodle.
Apparently, that's a thing.
Yeah, like little like squirts of plasma just coming out like Spider-Man's web shot. But for like
the chemical laser is just the fact that they used like chemicals to make the charge that shoots the laser. It's not like some sort of it shoots a chemical out of it. It's just they expend the batteries to shoot them. But yes, so do you have a name for this kind of like? I know Tom's just going to be like a solar Battletech. There we go. Yeah, cool. Well, is that you only have one for us anyway, Nathan?
Yeah, that's my one.
That's fine.
One and done.
Well. All I'm saying is I had multiple.
Yeah, but you only because you stole yours straight off Lauren Coleman.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
It doesn't count if you robbed it.
You can't just steal, Tom.
I absolutely can.
He's like,
there's nothing telling me I can't.
He's like the British Museum just taking everyone else's stuff.
You motherfucker.
Super.
Tom didn't legally purchase the rights to Solar Tech. Thank you very much.
Go have to give it back.
I've never asked for the rights for Solar. I will say, I kind of have said that someone else needs to fucking do this because it's a cool idea, but I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do this. Get someone else who wants to do it. Yes, super. So we're going to pop to a little break, and we're going to come back with mine and Dom's ideas. But before that, we're going to have a Your Tech or Lore Tech with Nathan.
Your Tech or Lore Tech!
Catch you guys on the flip side.
Welcome back to the best part of the show. It is
the end.
Your Tech. No, not quite yet. It is Your Tech or Lore Tech first off. Yeah. And this week, I believe Lewis has another one.
I do.
For us.
I have another one for us. But at this point now, you're not going to know if I'm making stuff up or telling the truth. You can't trust anything I say. So this week, we're going to see if you believe my piece of trivia is true or false. So this week, I'm going to be talking about the mysterious Great Gaffer's Ghost. So Great Gaffer's Ghost is basically a mysterious green Highlander with the number 5 blazoned on it that appears every so often when some mech warriors are in trouble to save them from basically from certain doom. And then effectively as it appears, the mech warriors usually like look away or just like check their map or something, and they look back up and this mech is gone, even though it's obviously come and saved them. So like I think there was talks of people about to be blown up, and the Great Gaffer's Ghost has come in with his green Highlander and just like blown up the other mech. There's no witnesses, and then he just disappears. But apparently, there's multiple accounts of this mech appearing and disappearing across the universe. But yeah, so that's my bit of trivia for today. So there's another spooky mech out there.
Interesting.
What do you guys think? Is this true, or I made this up?
I don't believe you.
Don't believe me.
Yeah, no, it's a lie.
Can't believe anything I say.
Bullshit.
Do you think it's bullshit? I can't believe this.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just sorry. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I feel like I've previously been really. I feel like I've been. I've been.
You can't trust anything.
Scammed. I've been scammed by you, and so I really just feel
you can't trust anything I say. So anyway,
yeah.
So you don't need to think about it too much, Tom. Don't worry about it too much. But if I put you on the spot, held a artillery piece, let's go back to your bit, to your head, what would you say? Is this a your tech or a law tech?
It's gonna be a law tech.
A law tech, interesting. Nathan, is this a law tech or a your tech?
I'm going to say it's a dirty, slimy law tech.
Ooh. Dom, do you think this is a law tech or a your tech?
I'm saying this is a your tech.
A your tech. Well, guys, I was only able to trick Dom this week. Great Gaffer's Ghost is actually a true bit of lore for Battletech.
Yeah,
trickable.
He's been tricked. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have read about him before, but he is basically another spooky mech that's out there.
Which books can we read about him in?
Apparently, he originally came out in 28th of March 2005, and it's basically a mech that kind of like, I think he was killed like in the battle, he blew up, but like he just appears every so often just to save people, and like there's a whole thing about it.
Is there a bloke called Gaffer by any chance?
He's the pilot is Lieutenant David Strong. Is that who it is?
That's not his real name.
No, that's not him. So I need to read the thing. It's Stephen James Gaffer. Yeah, that's who it is. There's a whole thing about this is saying, "Oh, great Gaffer's Ghost! I can't believe that happened." So I think
does his mech come back typed together by any chance?
No, apparently it just comes back, does some cool shit, saves people, then just disappears. But apparently it is a command variant of a Highlander with a number 5 and a PPC instead of a Gauss
spooky.
rifle.
Is there in-world footage of this? Some kind of like gaffer tape, mayhaps?
No, I don't need anything related to gaffer tape. I'm afraid.
It's the joke of the week.
Joke of the week. Yeah, so I didn't know there was any more spooky mechs out there, but apparently there is. But he has quite a lot.
Does he have a fight?
He fights bad guy mechs and saves people.
No, but does who ghosts fight though?
Oh, does he fight like other ghost mechs? I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw it. To be honest, I saw it today because someone put up some artwork of the Black Marauder and the Great Gaffer Ghost. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I should talk about that.
That'd be kind of sick, to be fair, if he did fight.
Are they kissing?
They weren't kissing, but as Tom said, it might be cool to actually.
And they were kissing.
Not the kissing, and they were kissing.
Sorry.
But
Imagine the true Ghost Legion, Gaffer's Ghost, the Black Marauder, Morgan Kell, and the Fidelis. They're all there.
Sorry, that made me sound like Alan from
yeah,
Smiling
it did sound
Friends.
like Alan from Smiling Friends. But
and they were kissing.
But yes, I was going to say it might be cool to include them in a scenario somewhere or like, since you can't really include it, just like, oh, I'm going to lose, I make a Highlander appear.
Fuck you! I have Gaffer's Ghost.
Gaffer's Ghost.
Get Legion the damn motherfucker.
I suppose you might be able to incorporate it in some sort of, maybe they're searching for Gaffer's Ghost or something, and I don't know.
Is searching for a ghost?
Yeah, I suppose.
Lewis, this is so unrealistic.
I don't know. Is that your tech?
There's fucking ghosts that they searching for.
No, it was just a cool bit of lore, so I was like, oh, that'd be cool for doing.
Well, Lewis, now you've ruined
okay,
it.
Okay.
That is cool. That is cool, Lewis.
That is actually kind of sick.
Cool. Well, let's go to another break, and then we'll come back.
Zach Baggins in Ghost Adventures. You just exactly like Zach Baggins.
just running around, and is there anyone out there? And it's just orbs,
It's just like
orbs and a
it's
ghost.
just a PPC.
It's
It's just a PPC shot.
There's just
One
orbs floating around, and it's just like a little spooky Highlander head pops up and then disappears. Oh.
Is anyone there? Giant mech warms past.
It's just a war horn that's like 100 decibels right in front of him. Just deafens him for life.
Look, I think we heard something on the recordings. But yes, I don't really know how to close this off. But we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye bye. And we're back after the break, and we're going to be carrying on with our alternate universes. So, Dom, I hear you've got some ultimate universes to talk about.
That's right, boss man. I have two. Firstly,
Before you start, are they stolen?
no.
You got some.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you got some creative integrity, Dom?
Yes. So,
Would you fuck off?
so in my Battletech universe, which I'll call the reunion of the telemetry writers or something, it comes down to the idea that humanity's trust within itself has been severed, and the only way to recover its trust within itself is for mech pilots to team up and work as groups in order to pilot mechs to defeat other world governments or roving gangs. So it's much like your standard version of Battletech, except instead of having a pilot, there's 4 pilots per mech, right? And each player would control one section of the mech.
Ooh.
So you have like a command room, and you each get to try to make the mech walk or move or shoot or jump or whatever. Has anyone ever played the game Quap before?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have quapped in my time.
Do you not remember when we?
So
Do
think
you not?
Quap.
Do you not remember when we tried to play Lost Pulsar together and we couldn't fly the ship?
I have to ask at the moment: is in this universe Takashi Kurita a giant disembodied blue head?
It's
Correct.
stored on.
Who's served by a little robot Indrahar?
So think like Quap, and here's the fundamental premise: you're not allowed to talk or communicate to one another because the idea of communication does not exist within this world. The only way you can communicate is through like your mech itself and by its actions and movements. And fundamentally, this is sort of like an apocalypse scenario, because obviously not being able to talk to your fellow man would be brutal. But the idea is that through these mechs, we'll be once again able to communicate and connect with one another on an emotional and spiritual level. So, for example, Lewis has got a big gun and Nathan's got another big gun, but you've got like 3 different targets. Who would you target?
Me in the middle.
Oh no!
Yeah, how would you know who to target? So you have to kind of like negotiate with your teammates in order to make it work. In this version of the Battletech universe, obviously it means that the mechs are larger in some cases.
Yeah.
They're more divided. There's more kind of separation. But what I hope to bring together is the players themselves.
Wow, Dom. That is
Because you're going to get your 4 Battletech individuals playing on a club night.
Yeah.
And they're playing like a PvE scenario. And they all have to figure out how to work as a team without anyone kind of forcing the lead or taking control of that particular scenario. So you effectively work together and you try and interpret and understand what your friends are doing based on the actions that the mechs provide. So, for example, if Tom's controlling the left leg and he does his first move action, which is to walk, he wants to walk, your mate will have to walk with you. You know, you'll have to figure out together how this will all slot together. So it's Battletech, but with a cause almost. It's got an idea.
So Dom, I'm a bit concerned that, because if I was trying to explain this to someone, is I'm going down to the club to play some games, I'm going to go and play the left leg of a battle mech. I don't know how well that is going to go down.
Okay, so this is the thing. It's not necessarily like something that you would do as a pickup game. It would be like you've had a big argument with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever kind of friend you have, and you need to reconnect with one another on a deep emotional level. So one of you control the left leg of the battle mech, and the other one controls the right leg of the battle mech.
Tom, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I love you dearly, but that sounds like the single worst way to solve an argument.
So Dom, are you?
I don't think you understand. One of you would control the left leg of the battle mech.
I think we
and one of you would control the right leg of the battle mech.
I think I understand it too well. The more you speak, the less invested I am.
So Dom, so you're not marketing this to game shops. You're marketing this to psychiatrists and psychologists and couples therapists. Then
yes. Anyway, the next universe.
So before we carry on, so Dom, how would you package this up? Is this similar to a package that's already out for BattleTech, or would you?
Yeah, this would be like a core box. This would be a core box.
Yeah,
it comes with a massive It comes with a massive character sheet. Character sheet. I'm saying it's like a 6x4 character sheet where you all kind of have to crowd around it.
And Tom, because this is going to be going to like a couples therapist kind of thing, they can charge like £1,000 a box for this kind of stuff, and like this is going to make like Catalyst bank and lots of money. So like you can't knock it. Yeah, you can. So yes, Dom, that is an idea of all time.
Okay, here's my actual one. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. We've all played Battletech.
Yeah.
Right. No. Have you ever considered that maybe Battletech needs a way to resolve problems in a peaceful way?
It's peace tech.
No. I call it basket tech. So it's a 3v3 NBA Jam style mech basketball game.
God.
And I call it the MBA.
The Mech. Yeah.
Basketball Association.
The Mech Balling Association.
In this version of the Battletech universe.
Yeah.
That do balling.
The use of weapons is now prohibited. And the only way that these certain factions can solve their differences is through no holds barred basketball action. So it's like regular basketball, right? Except you're in a mech. Obviously, you'll still have your crowds around, but it would be like really scary because like if you were like courtside in that and one of the mechs falls over, you would just kill like 70 people.
So Dom, are we talking like actual like basketball kind of theme kind of thing, or are you talking more like robot jocks kind of like dystopian future kind of?
I'm talking this dystopian future. We've solved all wars and replaced it with basketball. So basically it's the same thing as regular basketball, but you're in a giant robot.
But are the robots like attacking each other and blowing each other up, or is it they're not allowed to do that and they've got to play basketball?
You could like a technical foul.
Technical foul.
You could you could do a body check.
Yeah.
Like obviously in this universe, the mechs that don't have hands tend to be less popular
because they can't.
Because they don't have hands, so they tend to be like managers mostly, like GMs, like coaches and stuff.
So, why are they in a mech being the manager? I don't understand. Is this like the Cars universe?
So
where everyone has a mech?
Do you not think it would be really like unsafe if you weren't in a mech and you were the coach? So like, for example, let's say you're like, I don't know, let's say you're a Timberwolf coach. You're in a Timberwolf and you're a coach. Obviously, you don't have hands, right?
Yeah.
But you would have like a little flag that pops out of where your gun would normally be to say like, run more, or like go to the left or something.
Okay.
Whereas the majority of your mechs would have like actual hands and thumbs and fingers so they can actually play basketball. And obviously you don't play with like a real basketball because that would be just stupid. It's a big basketball. It's a big mech size.
It just pops immediately at the end of the game.
It's a big mech size basketball.
Super.
And like if this was like on the tabletop, it would function in like a Yugo-Igo system, but also you'd be able to get like legendary star basketball players, not too dissimilar to Blood Bowl, but you'd be able to get like, I don't know, Jimmy Butler, but he's a robot, and he would be like exceptional at dunking. Also, there's Duncan.
Yeah, there's Duncan. Duncan is something you can't.
So any mechs that have jump jets are like OP.
Yeah, I can see that. So I know a lot of the events, not a lot, but I know there's a good chunk of events in America that like to run kind of a football section, like American football section, which I think is more, I suppose, they've got the guns and stuff on it, so it's probably closer to something more like Blood Bowl.
I'm so fucking confused.
But it sounds like this is a bit more less destructive, but
yeah. So I think Tom's struggling to understand. So let me just try again. So this is like basketball,
but with mechs,
but with mech. First game.
Oh, I'm no, Dom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I obviously just didn't get it the first time. So I needed you to tell me again. No. What's
just basketball with mechs, right? Because I'm you know what I always say.
No,
I'm sick of all these wars. I'm sick of all these battles. You know, I want things to be better for humanity in the future. I want to look forward to the future and not just be sad about all the robots that are killing each other.
It's just one battle.
Yeah.
Another.
Anyway, so Dom, how would you package this kit up then? Would you have a box maybe similar to the Game of Armored Combat? Do you want to have, I don't know, 5-a-side kind of thing?
So this would come in a novelty basketball shaped box.
That sounds difficult.
So
yeah,
it's a big round box with all the mechs in, and they jangle and jingle around, and you have to be careful when you open it because
they're not in any packaging. They're just all thrown in a ball.
Yes, yeah. So you'd have to be very careful if you were like like transporting it, because all the mechs would obviously bounce around and jingle and jangle. So in my case, and there would be a rule book. That would also be circular shaped. Basically, it's a big circle game, and also it would come with a playmat.
Yeah, well,
like a regular playmat.
Dom, that is an impressive idea.
Also, the mechs would also wear jerseys, so they have like
you can stop at any time.
like number 34 on them.
You can stop at any time. You don't have to.
But yes, so Dom.
So basically, like you get also in the style of Dungeons and Dragons, you would also have one member of your friend group be the referee, and he would be also granted. He would be given a whistle as well.
That's pretty cool.
In the core box, you get a whistle in the core box.
So, Dom, are you seeing this as something like people will be doing like they do for Blood Bowl leagues and stuff going forward?
This is something you do, like in like a dark corner where no one can see, because if anyone asks like, "Oh, what are you up to?" I'm just playing mech basketball, and then everyone would shun you from the group.
Rightly so.
Okay, well, Dom, I'm quite impressed with the first game and the is it the NBA or is it MBA?
The MBA.
Super. Well, that was pretty impressive, Dom. I'm quite impressed with both of those. I'm not sure that they're as viable as maybe some of the other options we've discussed, but they're very interesting.
What do you mean?
We'll discuss this more off the podcast. Anyway,
I don't understand.
It's fine. Don't worry, Dom. I'm sure you're going to be getting a call from the Catless team anytime soon. But yes,
is it required? I got one last question. Is it required to play the Space Jam theme on repeat while playing it?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like robot style.
Yeah. Cool. So should we move on to the last alternate universe which I have for us?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, the last universe, your pilot wakes up, looks up into the sky. He sees a glass hexagonal dome roof above him. He sits up. He's in a dome. He's in a terrarium, a Battletech core terrarium. Oh my God, Dom. we're back in the
Are they
terrariums.
playing basketball in the
They're
terrarium?
not playing basketball. We're coming back to the game that me and Dom made up for like a week, which obviously no one else will know. But basically,
Lewis,
yes,
I'll be honest. When you started it with your mech where he opens his eyes,
yeah.
I thought he's gonna go. He's in a cart. He looks over to a guy and he goes, "So you're finally awake."
It was not that I was going for, but it's kind of got that effect. But yes, basically, the Battletech universe we're talking about is our own original idea, do not steal, of a universe, a future where humanity now lives within domes or terrariums, and they have to battle each other to kind of survive. And now we're going to add
ball-shaped domes. I see how we could like link our universes together.
exactly, and it could come in a box that's a circle. But yeah, the universe obviously is going to be a bunch of terrariums, kind of a massive kind of self-sustainable biospheres that were never meant to house humanity, but have ended up housing the remains of humanity after some catalytic apocalypse has happened that no one remembers what actually happens. But now we're going to add mechs into there, so you guys are going to be battling different terrariums, and maybe the creatures and robots from the terrariums that are still around to try and survive, and maybe find out what is happening inside the core terrarium. Whoa.
This is so much funnier if you have any context.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Yeah, it's funny to us, but yeah, it's just
Sorry, guys. As per usual, we're doing
did a bit for us.
It's a bit. You don't get to laugh. Sorry.
It's just Greenhouse Battletech. It's cool in my head.
No. It is a cool. I don't want you to think I'm like roughhousing you on. So I do actually agree that it is quite fun.
Could you guys maybe explain the kind of core terrarium world in a more succinct way? That might make sense to someone who's not heard of it before.
Wait, you've got another universe. I've got another one. It's full boxing tech. All the robots are boxers. They've got big gloves on and they punch each other.
Yeah. I think there was a movie about that. But yes,
Real steel.
But this game,
I was thinking Rocky 2.
But yes, this game I would probably package up similar to Battletech Aces, so you could fight each other with maybe like Alpha Strike kind of boards representing the kind of biodomes, or you could fight creatures or other battle mechs or battle kind of maybe robots that have kind of gone rogue over the centuries, been stuck in the domes. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. So Battletech Core Terrarium. If you guys want to cut this one, give me a call, get this all set up, and I can get this ready for next year. If you guys obviously feel free to contact us via the Hexperts Battletech email.
Yeah, but also Catalyst, if you're out there, I am available for game development opportunities. I come up with very original games like Blood Bowl but basketball, and also it's an emotional game about making you connect with your partner again.
Yeah, I think if anything, Dom, that's probably the realist of all the games, trying to connect with your partner again. But yes,
I think we should put it to a poll.
Not another poll.
Yeah,
need to put it to a poll.
Oh, no.
No, we're not putting it to a poll. Let us know in the comments what you think of all of our games and which one do you think is the best alternate reality.
Yes. Well, after all that, let's pop to a quick break and we'll come back with Mech of the Week.
Okay.
And we're back.
So it's about like basketball, but also you're a robot.
Yeah.
Hey, you, what you want to do?
So anyway, we're back after the break and we're going to be talking about Mech of the Week then. So Mech of the Week this week, to coincide with the abundance of Battletech Aces boxes coming out and the star of the show of that box really being the Bane, or the Bane 3 in particular, we're going to be talking about the Bane or the Kraken. So the Kraken / Bane came off production lines in 28-27 in Clan Space. It was based off a inner sphere design which was called the Kraken, which I think is why the inner sphere is Innosphere started calling it the Kraken because it's obviously looked like that mech. But yes, it's a clan mech, very popular with clan forces until the introduction of the Omni-mechs. And then the mech started to fall back into second line roles, which it does quite well in, especially in defensive jobs, because it's quite a slow mech. But it's quite a slow and heavily armed mech. Official plastic models for the Bane are available in the Mercenaries Clan Direct Fire Star, which is very difficult to get hold of, or the Battletech Aces, which has a Bane free. So yeah, there's not much about the Bane really. Information wise, he's a big fella. But Nathan, could you tell us about some of the stats of the standard Bane?
So yeah, as you've just said, he's a chonky bar. So he's a 100 ton assault mech. He's got a type IXT Mark 20 chassis. He's got a Fusion 300 XL engine. Then it run 56 kilometers per hour, 5 hexes, which is about 30 miles per hour-ish.
Yep.
He's got 10 UAC2s, which are the longest range weapons, I believe, in the clan arsenal, full stop. Even longer than some of the missiles. I think that's probably until ATM, so yeah, anyway. He's also got 4 machine guns for close defense, 10 double heat sinks to absorb all that heat from the UACs, and he is 22.5 million C-bills, which is about 3.1 longbows. But when it comes to BV, it evens out a bit better because he's only 1950 in BV2, which is about 1.2 longbows.
It's a very strange loadout on the mech, isn't it? It's not something I think I would go on. This assault mech needs to have every small autocannon to it can have.
I'd also like to point out that the Bane Freak does go up to 2,941, and that's about 2 longbows, I'd have to say.
Yes.
Or maybe just under, which, as we'll learn in a bit, is very much a better deal than buying 2 longbows.
Yes. Cool. So I've given Tom lots of variants to talk about. I gave him all the variants because I thought it'd be funny.
So, I'm not talking about all of this.
You could talk about all of them. There's not even that many.
Before we do go through the variants, I just got to say this: it's insane loadouts. You'll see how insane the loadouts are in this guy.
So the Bane 2 is an effective variant of both medium and short range. It trades out the AC2s for 4 Ultra Cannon 10s. 14 tons of ammunition allow the Bane 2 to stay in the fight for a long time, and that comes in at 2,502 BV.
That's a nice one. It's a nice one, that one. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go on to the most disgusting mech ever created, the Bane 3!
Yeah!
Which has 8 LRM-15s.
How many was that, Tom? How many was that?
8!
What?
Count them. 8. 1 before 9 and 1 after 7.
How many missiles that per turn? Up to 120?
Just a fucking egregious amount.
Well, it could be 120. Don't forget, it's got another missile launcher, Tom, hasn't it?
It does. It has a one-shot streak SRM4. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh. I will say, you besmirch the one-shot SRM4. However, I've used the one-shot streak SRM4 and I've ammo crit a Highlander with it. That was how Morlon got his first kill. Yeah. Morlon. I don't know if we talked about. Have I talked about Morlon on the podcast?
Yeah, you've talked about Morlon, but it's just quite a while ago because we've not played Mercs in a while.
I got to say though, you don't need to worry about getting the 4 SRM4 ammo crit when you've just done 120 damage to them and they are falling over.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying there is some.
Don't sleep on the SRMs. Basically,
9 times out of 10, it will be shit. The one time it's not shit, it will blow someone up, and it won't even be close.
Yeah, but this variant,
you will feel a bit bad.
This variant is a bit more expensive because of this, though.
Oh yeah, it is 2,941 BV.
Yep.
Then we'll go to the Bane 4.
Woo!
It's Clone Jade Falcon made some changes. Apparently it's got a different appearance than a predecessor.
Yeah,
which I can't seem to find.
Nor can I, but what I can find is the fact that it's got a twin model SH Ultra Autocannon 20. So it's two of them.
Yep.
It also has 3 System 4 ATM-6s, along with 4 tons of ammunition, giving the design great flexibility at all ranges. And after you've run out of all of that ammunition, you've got a single Series 7K ER large laser, allowing it to stay in the fight even after its ammunition bins have run dry.
This is quite interesting, Mech, because you've effectively made a king crab.
Yeah. And also, like the king crab, it only has 17 double heat sinks, which is wholly inadequate to the task assigned to them.
Oh dear.
That is... Oh my! I think this is probably one of the coolest ones. Not only just because it's my bike clan Jade Falcon, but also like the weapons on it are insane.
You do like the king crab as well, Nathan. They've basically
I do also like the king crab.
It's a Jade Falcon king crab, and they're like, "Oh, it's definitely a Bane, not a Jade Falcon king crab."
Literally the best thing ever.
Actually, this is pretty good. I quite like that. But
I found an image of the model, and it does look quite different.
Oh, cool. Well, as I say, it sounds pretty fun. Yeah, it's got quite a cool little guy. It's quite expensive though, 2,709, isn't it?
It is quite expensive. Then we have the Bane 5. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a Dark Age version that uses an endo composite structure to free weight. Each arm carries a pair of rotary AC2 autocannons. So there's rack 2s. The left and right torso each carry an LRM-10. The right torso also carries an ER large laser. Each side has 1 ton of LRM ammo and 3 rotary AC ammunition bins.
Yeah.
And in a Case 2 protected bag. 17 double heat sinks are fitted, and a head-mounted ECM suite fitted with targeting systems. This comes in at I'd say middling 2,554. I'll be honest, I don't love this.
No, it seems a bit
all over the place.
But I suppose if you were using this kind of like as a bulwark in the middle of your army, having that ECM suite might be quite useful, because I think some of the other clan mechs with the ECM suites are quite light and they're easy to kind of get rid of, especially if you're using stuff like C3 systems. So it means at least you
yeah. Actually put both the 4 and the 5 in the chat so you can see the difference.
Yeah. Let's have a little look.
Obviously, it does look very different.
Obviously, for our podcast listeners, you just have to imagine.
Imagination.
Oh yeah, that Bane 4 is at the top one. The 4. Oh, that's the 5, isn't it?
Yeah, top one's the 4. The next one's the 5.
Yeah, they're pretty mean looking fellas. They are. But yeah, Tom, do you have any more Banes to talk about?
So many.
Yeah, there's not that many left. I did.
The Bane 6! Inspired by the original configuration, this Bane mounts 5 Proto-Mech AC2s in each arm. The right torso has 4 ER medium lasers for additional support. These weapons are all tied into a T-comp for more accuracy. The head carries an ECM suite. 6 tons of autocannon ammunition are carried in the side torsos, protected by Case 2. 13 double heat sinks are fitted. To make room for this equipment, engineers use an endo composite structure.
Yeah.
And that comes in at 2,339 battle value. Ambivalent.
Do you know by any chance the difference between like an AC2 and a Proto-Mech AC2?
Size, and I think it might be some differences in the ranges, and obviously, I don't think you can use special ammos and stuff in it. So like, I think that's the kind of, I think it's smaller and way less as well. So there are some benefits to them. So yeah, I think personally I'd probably prefer that to the standard Bane, just because I wouldn't mind having that target computer and ECM, and like I don't trust ultra autocannons because you've got a 50-50 chance of actually shooting the other shots. I'd rather just know what shots I'm going to shoot, be more likely to hit with them.
Would you like to know what the Bane 7 is?
Go on, Tom.
Of course.
Derived from the Bane 6, each arm carries a Hag 40.
Oh dear.
What?
that's
right torso.
No.
The right torso. No, this is my kind of mech. The right torso carries a large pulse laser and 4 ER medium lasers. 8 tons of Hag ammo are in the left torso, with the right torso carrying 4 more tons of Hag ammo. Don't know why that sentence was constructed that way. That's a weird one. No ECM fitted, but 14 double heat sinks are carried. Now this comes in at an absolutely eye-watering 3,740 battle value.
Yeah, that's That's a lot of BVs.
That's a back-breaking price. Now,
Yeah.
I think that'd be so good if it wasn't nearly 4,000 BV.
Yeah, I've not used the hags. It's like I can't comment, but
I love them. They're like LRMs, but direct fire.
yeah, but the
Mhm.
Bane 3, that's just got even more LRMs.
No, but I think it's slightly better because the 40 table's really good as well.
I need to. I suppose I need to
Because it's on the 40 table. You don't like the minimum that you can roll.
Yeah.
Is
It's like
quite high.
20.
Yeah, so like, you're guaranteed certain levels of damage if you hit.
I see. Well, I expect when Nathan gets the Aces boxes, we're probably going to see all of the Bane variants come out at some point.
Have you seen just one? That's all I need.
Just the one.
Mm.
Is there any more Bane variants you want to talk about, Tom? Have you had enough?
I've got one more.
One more, you can do it.
I ain't out for the count yet. It's called the Kraken XR. This is a Clan Jade Falcon variant that uses experimental technology. The Kraken XR was first spotted at the LTYT weaponry on Sedaton. The standard Kraken skeleton was replaced by an endo-composite structure to save weight whilst keeping strength. The Kraken XR uses 16 laser heat sinks and carries 19 tons of reflective armor for protection.
Ooh, yeah.
The weapon's loadout appears to be a cross between the Bane 2 and Bane 3 variants, consisting of a pair of rotary AC2s in each arm and a Streak LRM-10 in each torso. A single ER large laser acts as a backup weapon in case the ammunition runs dry. For more protection, the Kraken XR mounts case 2 in each ammunition bay.
That sounds pretty solid. That sounds good.
I think it really has that many.
For a price of
four IC2s.
3,000 BV, pretty much on the nose.
Yeah.
For four rotary IC2s, 2 Streak LRM-10s, and a single ER large. That doesn't really seem like much weaponry compared to like the rest of them.
I think the AC2s can rack up quite a bit of damage especially with the new rules for autocannon 2s.
What are they?
Just more that they're less likely to jam, and you can clear the jams now, so they're even better. But
cool.
But the Streak LRM-10s as well. That means it will hit with all 10. so that's something to think about. They're quite. I think any Streak LRMs are quite expensive just because there's no cluster. You just hit with them, so you're guaranteed. Although it's still split 5 and 5.
So would that be like 12 points per gun? So 48 overall, another 20 with the LRMs, and another 10 with the laser.
I think you're looking about that. I think you've also got.
Why does it have so many laser heat sinks though? When it has a laser.
I'm not sure. Well, obviously the rotaries. Is it one heat for a rotor for the AC2s? I can't remember how it works. But yeah, I think I don't know. But the reflective armor is quite useful as well.
I just imagine it's just like Clan Jade Falcon tech tinkering away like this will be the best mech ever. Let's just throw everything into it. Yeah, you can have laser reflective armor. Yeah, you can have laser heat sinks. What lasers? I don't know, but you can have them.
You can have them. Lasers make you cool down better. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting mech. I don't understand why Jade Falcon, it was a very you think should be quite fast and close combat orientated kind of clan, seem to like mechs the sizes of like Turkinas and Banes as well.
Because they know what's cool. Okay,
they want
they got their ear to the ground on what's cool to make a mech, and then they just make them all.
So they've got mechs flying.
And they don't miss
flying around with claws, and then they've got a bunch of like Starship Enterprise mechs, massive guns stuck to the side of them. Yeah,
and that's why they destroy Clown Wolf
for a bit. But yes, what do you reckon then? What's our opinion of the Bane?
One of the best assault mechs in the entire game.
Is that the Bane 3 or just overall Bane you're happy with?
Overall, I'd say the standout's definitely the Bane 3 and probably say the Bane 4, really. Especially with the redesign, that makes it look really swanky. But yeah, 3 ATM 6s, 2 UAC 20s.
Yeah.
It's like a bigger, more swaggier hunchback. And it's probably got a ton of armor as well, so it can take a beating to get into close range.
Yeah.
And then it's just, here's 20 damage, here's 20 damage, here's 20 damage, here's 20 damage, and here's 18 damage per ATM.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think
Have
I think for me it sounds fun, but also it's probably got the problems that something like the King Crab's got, because it's that 3-5. Most
There's
of the
no
time,
problems with King Crab.
it's gonna waddle up the battlefield slowly. So it might be good at what it does, but if it's got ultra cannon 20s, you just walk away from it. But I suppose in a long range role, it probably doesn't suffer as much of that issue of it just needs to get up on a ridge somewhere and just sit there and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tom, what do you reckon? Are you back?
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dom, do you have an opinion on the Bane? He's fallen asleep. Oh no!
Not again.
But yeah,
He's dead. He's dead again.
He's dead again. But the model for the Bane's very interesting. It's quite a centerpiece looking model. I think when we can finally get our hands on them, I think I wouldn't mind getting one painted up. I think it's
In the far, far future.
In the far, far future. I think the Bane standard is so weird, I might struggle to use it. I don't know how to use it properly, and the Bane 3 seems to be so mean that no one wants to play against it, so we'll have to see at some point. I'm sure with the Aces boxes appearing and the mercenary stuff hopefully soon coming in, we might start seeing more Banes on the UK battlefields or hex maps, etc. Cool. But yes, should we pop to a quick break and then we'll get into our outro? And we're back from the break, and we're back with I would say probably the best segment. I don't know if you guys would agree. We're back with the Nathan's mailbag. We've made the executive decision to return the sack. We're going to get Nathan's sack is back.
Sack is back.
It's full to the. I don't know what the kind of edge of Nathan's sack is called.
Why are we doing this?
There was executive.
Just calm it down.
There was executive decision that we talked in the Discord, and we were allowed to have Nathan's sack back. But yes, so I don't know what the outside of the rim of a sack is called, but it's back, baby.
The scrote's back.
I was thinking more like the hem of the sack that is full with questions, but you've obviously already gone there, Tom. But yes, we do have a question from a listener, and I have a question for this week as well. So
no way.
Our first question is from a friend of the podcast, UAE John, who's asked us, do you guys use MUL, which is the master unit list, the official kind of catalyst search system for finding mechs and factions, etc., and see what's available for your faction and era? Do you like using the MUL? Are MULs good? Do they bring value to your gaming experience? Do you care for them in some areas other than others? Please mull it over. Obviously, MUL.
You can't stop me from using the MUL. They call me MUL Dom. You love MUL. That's what it stands for.
I think Dom might be bad.
I would say I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't put MUL it over.
I think he didn't, but I think he meant to. Because
that's funnier.
I think that was implied that it was kind of the using the mull it over is also kind of like it was like the smarter way of doing it. It was nuanced. I think it's the best way to put it. He's done it, but in a nuanced way.
I don't want nuance.
We're not smart enough for nuanced. But yes. So, Dom, now you're back. Do you use the MUL for your games?
I'm always using the MUL. What's MUL?
It's the master unit list.
What's that?
It's it's an official website used for looking up factions and eras and seeing what mechs are available to you in those eras and for the factions.
The only website I know is Yahoo.
Yahoo and Neopets. Well, so Dom apparently does not use the MUL for his games. Tom, do you have any opinion on the MUL?
I do, actually.
What's your opinion?
I really like it.
You like it?
I think it's amazing. I think it's really fun to add a certain level of interest to a game. I like to do it for a bit of we have found in the past that when you're playing different time periods on each other, that it can be a little bit unbalanced.
Yeah.
As certain things just, it just doesn't really work. So I think that it is really important sometimes to use the MUL as this kind of jumping off point, but also it's just a lot of fun to be like, actually, I want to play a Civil War game.
So to give yourself those kind of restrictions and to kind of narrow down of the is it 6,000 variants of mechs? Which ones you can? You can narrow that down to a smaller pool of mechs you can choose from and give it. It's a bit more fluffy for the game you might be trying to play. Yeah. So you like using it, Tom?
I love it.
Love it.
Anytime. I mean, it's my preference.
Cool. That makes sense. Nathan, do you have any?
No, I never used it. I've never used it, and I probably will never use it. Cool. If I want to figure out when a mech comes out, I'll just go into like Mech Factory and just be like, I'll add this mech to my force. Oh no, it's slightly over the time era. Let me just swap it for an early variant. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's don't know, yes, no. And for myself, I do use the MUL. I think it's quite interesting, quite a powerful tool for obviously searching through the numerous mechs to find out which ones you want to use for your games. At the moment, it's still due its update, which is supposed to give access to record sheets, which will make it a lot more useful. So you can find out what mechs you can use, what they are, and then make it generate you some record sheets, which would be great to do that all in one spot. Obviously, I'm sure many of you already know there's been some issues with the people working on that. Obviously, personal and also natural disaster kind of issues causing issues. I think one of the guys' houses was knocked over, so and he was still working on it. So
no.
Yeah, so it's getting there, but there's obviously it seems to be that God has tried to stop the production of the MUL by knocking down people's houses.
I heard the MUL got slowed down by someone trying to put in the Mech Basketball League, and it just slowed the entire thing right down. And then one of the mechs fell on a guy, and it's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the other things that happened.
One of the mechs fell on a guy.
Exactly.
Because you see the mechs are playing You see the mechs play basketball, right?
Yeah.
It's like regular Battletech, except they play basketball instead of fighting.
Yeah. Well, other things that we don't really use the MUL for is the events such as like some of the Alpha Strike events that if you choose a faction, it means it kind of locks people into certain factions and eras and kind of helps to regulate that a bit more. And I think the MUL is pretty good because it means that there is a yes and no to some questions where it's just like if it's not in the list for this, you can't bring that kind of thing. So it's useful for that. One of the things the MUL doesn't cover very well is some of the availability of certain mechs, because a mech might be available to a faction, but there might only be like 2 of them. Whereas in the newest kind of faction books, such as the Cretan, the Davian, and the soon-to-be Mercenaries and Clan books, I quite like the feature where they talk about how common some of the mechs are. So certain mechs like a Stinger or a Valkyrie, you can have as many as those as you want in your company, for example, whereas mechs that are a bit more unusual in the faction books, they recommend that you might have 1 in a company rather than 6 of them, because lore-wise there wasn't that many about. Also, I did like in those faction books, not the MUL, that they let you have access to some of your opponent's mechs that you would have salvaged as well. So the Davians do have access to things such as Panthers because they've got lots of them littering the battlefield. So yeah, and obviously the same for the Cretans. They had quite a few stuff like the mechs like Hatchet Men hanging around because they got them from the other side. So I do like which is cool. So yeah, the MUL is cool. I think it's only getting better, but also if you like that kind of thing, check out the faction books as well, because they've got the MUL is cool, but if you want even more kind of lore accurate kind of data or some lore accurate forces, check the faction books to give you an idea of how many of a certain mech you might want to bring as well. But yeah, and next question was actually from me. So you ready for this, boys? So we've been talking a lot.
Oh, no.
We've been talking a lot of kebab lately. So if you were going to go to a chip shop, what kind of kebab are you having and what you're putting on it? So I better start with the OG kebab man himself. So Nathan, what are you getting on your kebab?
Mixed meat, all salad, mint sauce. That's all you need.
The mixed meat is the chicken tikka meat and your lamb doner meat.
Yep.
salad, mint sauce,
Naan bread.
naan bread. Now you're going for the
Pita.
naan bread, not pita.
Pita bread's for fools, for dull-witted, simple-minded fools. How dare you not want like a pizza base, like a nice chewy pizza base that when it absorbs all the grease, it becomes really just so good. Why would you ever want pita? Why would you want like tissue thin, like piece of bread that as soon as you take one bite out of your kebab, it just falls apart. It just disintegrates.
Yeah, I pita the fool that has pita on their kebab.
Amen.
So Dom, what are you putting on your kebab then? You having a naan?
Yeah, brother.
We having Dom.
No.
You having a pizza?
Yeah, just
So you
no meat.
No meat. Just you having salad on that?
No,
So you're just having a dry pita.
I'm having saucy bread.
What sauce you put on your bread?
Cream.
Cream sauce. Okay. Well, that is a hot take there, Dom. That is a hot take. So Tom, what are you having? What kind of brie cheese and kind of raclette kind of kebab are you having?
But what do you make it sound? You make it sound like I don't have ball knowledge. I do know what I like on a chippy, and the answer is mixed meat and chips. No bread.
No bread. Oh, he's gone crazy.
Bread.
I have mixed meat and chips. No bread.
Mixed meat and chips, no bread. Are you having any salad? Do you have any sauce?
Yeah, all salad.
All salad. Ooh.
All salad, mint yogurt.
Mint yogurt.
And the most important part is that they're orange chips.
Oh, orange chips. That is a good.
Did you know they call it turkey now instead of turkey?
What?
Turkey.
Turkey.
Did you know they call it turkey? It's spelled differently because that's how they say it down there.
Dom, does that have anything to do with my use of orange chips?
Did you know that's what they call it down there these days?
No, Dom. We're I language. We do not care what other languages call countries.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm a big proponent of orange chips.
Yeah.
I know they're bad for my heart before someone tells me. I'm aware. I don't care.
Did I tell you guys about one of the orange chips things I learned about not long ago before I left the town of Warsaw? I thought someone was making it up when they told me there's a chip van that goes around and has an orange chip shop inside it. I thought it was lies.
I used to eat it. I genuinely used to eat at the chip van every weekend, and I used to wear an onion around my belt, as was the style at the time.
Yes, but I didn't believe this chip van because basically it drives around. It's like a horse box, like a horse lorry kind of box, kind of vehicle that drives around that was green. No signs on it at all, and there's just inside there a fish and chip shop, and you just buy orange chips from there. But
and it's delicious.
It's good, but I would not have tried to go inside this horse box lorry if someone hadn't told me there's a chip shop in there. It's not. I don't know how.
It's like the first man that drank milk from the teat of a cow.
That was pretty. That was pretty much me.
It's he's gone into this van. I wonder what's in this van. There's a chip in there. He's like, I suppose I'll pasteurize it. Or what was this talking about?
Yeah, I thought they were pulling my leg, and then I found out that it was a real thing. And there's it's like a medium-sized truck van that drives around with a chip shop inside, selling orange chips.
And there's the man in there was always quite nice. He used to give you an extra scampi.
But yes, so if you are visiting the UK, forget Big Ben, forget the London Eye. Get into the Midlands and come and find the orange chip van that's actually green. But yes, before we finish this segment, though, I will let you guys know that I do like to have a lamb doner kebab, most likely with a pita. But if I've made room for it, I do like to have a naan bread as well with chili sauce on it because I'm nice and basic. But yes, listeners, if you'd like to let us know what kind of kebabs you like as well, please let us know. But that's all questions for today, I suppose. Nathan's sack is empty and flaccid, and we can move on to our outro. So thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with us for this long. Obviously, any support you can give us, feedback, likes, shares, favourites, subscribes, bell rings. We have got ring bells. And obviously, feel free to get in touch with us on any methods down in the description below. Discord, I think, is probably the best place to get through to us because it's easier for us to see the notifications. And next week we probably should do something. Have we missed that Thanksgiving, or we still in time for that?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, what we got next? We got Christmas. We could probably do before Christmas. Maybe talk about the playtest rules.
I think we are overdue on playtest rules.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're going to do an episode on Nathan's Christmas stuff.
Talk about that. It's the same, but with tinsel. Oh, but yes, thank you very much for listening, guys. Have you got anything to add in before we head on out?
No.
I have.
Go on, Dom.
Everyone here at the Hexperts really appreciates you just listening to the podcast. Like, I think I can speak for everyone here that we would just probably be doing this anyway.
Yeah.
Even if we weren't recording it, right? We'd
Oh
probably
yeah,
just be
100%. Yeah.
talking to each other about things that we've been up to and kebabs or whatever we were talking about for 5 minutes just then. So I'd just like to say before we close off today, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, have a great week.
Have a great Thanksgiving. Catch you guys next time.